You may lose a lot of sleep and a lot of your happiness dwelling within things that are out of your control. A big thing I had to understand is that you set the intention for yourself. Do you want to worry about a future that's not presently happening, or do you want to focus on doing the best you can within a given day? Doing what you can to make you happy. Because your joy is important. And I feel like a lot of us, it can be hard for us to just focus on that. We're so fixated on what we can't see or a future that we can't envision as yet, or that we're uncertain about. It can be hard just to center in on that. Because we want to know the things when we want to know it. We want to know what we want to know. And it's okay not to know. You gotta find patience. You gotta find appreciation within not knowing. Because the not knowing is a test to see if you will succumb to the pressures. I feel like what you can't control. It's a test to do what you can with what you have and to have faith. That's the test. Where you are right now is right where you are supposed to be. Even if you aren't comfortable with where you are right now, know that it still deserves appreciation. Like I remember seeing a quote that I later saved and made my wallpaper so I could see it every single day. And the quote was basically saying, it's very important for you to enjoy where you are right now. To not rush, because there's nothing to rush to. You have your whole life ahead of you. Your experiences won't stop. They will continue. And the one you are in right now is something that deserves appreciation. That's something that shouldn't be like, oh, fuck, I just want to get past this. You know how some people be saying, like, I just can't wait until I get past just this stage of my life, or I just need to make it past these few days of this job or of whatever experience you are in, and then it will be better. Do you ever hear people saying that? Or hear yourself saying that? Or it's like we're so just discomforted by the situation where we can't even enjoy it. It's like it has to be bad. It has to be, oh my God, horrible. Like, it don't gotta be horrible. You get to choose that color. So it's like within this moment where you feel like you are stuck, that is a beautiful thing. You feel stuck for a reason. And I feel like within you feeling stuck and lost, it can be an exciting thing because that means there's a lot of room for growth. There's a lot of room for discovery within yourself that you need to give your attention. This might be the season of isolation for some of y'all. And that's something you should be excited about, because now you finally get to discover what you want to do within this life. So like if you just recently got done with school, maybe you graduated with a major that you don't care for, or maybe you're still trying to find your footing and where you should give your attention to, what is your purpose. Know that there is no deadline. For the first time ever, you're the only dictator of your life. Truly, you're not confined by school anymore. You don't have to be confined by family and their opposing views. You get to choose what you finally give your attention to, your hobbies, what you like to do. Because I know some of y'all don't got hobbies. Y'all don't. I know some of y'all don't got hobbies. That's something we need to look into. I know I didn't really have too many hobbies like that. I had a few, but I mean, there was just two things, which was video games and content creation. I like basketball too, but I barely played it. like that anymore. And so I kind of confined myself to just 2 things. But I had to step outside of that. I had to step outside my comfort zone. You know, one of the main things I had to do was figure out what is important to me. Again, going back to the point of what do I want to experience? And for me, it was community. You know, and so started to host more functions at my crib. You know, I did a gang night. I had like 15 people over, played some music. It was like a potluck game night, you know, because, you know, we still trying to get the money up and shit. You know, we can't provide for everybody as of right now, you know, or at that time it was hard to. So I did a movie night after that. You know, I started asking more people to come and work out with me. It was great. And that was me creating my experience and pushing myself more out of my comfort zone post-college. Because I feel like post-college is like you have to try to start, or you not try to start, but you have to branch out more. You're having to branch out more and create the friendship experiences that you want to have. You know, even outside of that, I started trying different hobbies such as Zumba, doing a little bit more yoga, you know, cooking different meals, networking, connecting with more people by just getting out the crib and exploring more. I'm glad I did it because it opened up the door of being able to have fun even when I'm working for my goals and aspirations. I feel like a lot of us get confused within the idea that if we lock in, that means we're locked in and there's no time for fun. There's no time for enjoyment within our lives. And that's a setup for failure. I'm here to tell you, it is a setup for absolute failure. Because then where is the joy? Where's the excitement? Where is that? You know, I was talking to a few of my friends before going to the summertime. They're like, you know, that's what the summer's going to be like. They're going to be like, oh, 2 jobs, grinding, all that. You know what I mean? Like, I got to work this summer. Like, I got to go get it this summer. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, cool. So, where's the time for fun, for enjoyment? And I don't think a lot of them had an answer for that. I don't really think a lot of them are really thinking about that. Because they felt like they have to just struggle, grind to get to where they want to be. And it's not to negate the fact that it is somewhat true. You still have to put work in. But who's to say that every day of your life has to be just grinding? Who's to say that you can't have times within the day where you get to actually enjoy your experience and create experiences for yourself that you would enjoy? Who's to say that? You get to decide that. And there's room for that. You know, of course, there's a balance. And I feel like that's the biggest thing I had to learn within post-college, just balancing it all. You know, having time for locking in and then time for just chilling out with some friends. I had to learn that. But it's like I really had to first acknowledge that I can have time for that. I'm allowed to have time for myself, for others. I deserve that. And so I feel like as soon as I started granting myself some grace within allowing myself to have fun with friends, you know, try different hobbies, really just enjoy my life and live my life. I feel like by granting myself that freedom to do so, my life became a lot better. Because earlier within this year, I was stressing, was in my head, thinking, am I doing enough? And, you know, I didn't really just know if I was on the right path. But I think that was through me. I think I was able to know and understand if I was, because I was trapped in the crib. And it was easier to be in my room. It was easier to just lock in on my crafts and that's it, which is a good thing, but it's a balance. There is room for work and play. There is. So give yourself that opportunity. I really have to say that I don't really feel the future anymore. Not like I used to. And it's a beautiful thing to say that now. But before, it was really, really hard to even have that be a reality for me, because the future was all I thought about. I'm like, yo, I gotta get my money up, my money up. You know, I gotta be able to move into my old crib, because I feel like that's what people are expecting me to do. Like, I just had to have it together. Like, it just has to be a thing. I have to have it together right now. It's like Gengar, no, you don't. What I have to do is take it day by day. Take it moment by moment. And within the times that I get lost in my train of just, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? And I said, they got this and they got that and all the things and I got to center myself. You always got to center yourself. You always got to come back. You know, when you stress out of your mind, take a walk, meditate, read, journal, write about it. I even do this thing at times where I acknowledge where I am at right now. Like for me, I am right now talking to the camera. I'm folding my laundry. I even move slower when I'm doing my laundry. Find strategies to bring you back. Because if you don't, it's not going to be the greatest experience for you. It's not. You're going to be stressed out of your mind. And the world is, or this life, it's a spiritual game. It's not a physical one, it's a spiritual one. If you master this, everything else does not matter. Everything else is, it just flow. And that's something I had to continue to do for myself. And once I did, my stress just started to decline and subside. Because what is there for me to stress about when it's an experience? You know, we're human beings, not human doings. So be for a second. Of course, do what you can with what you have, but be. That is your responsibility. That is your job. And to enjoy life. You know, to get excited about what you don't know, because it means there's potential for great things to happen. I didn't know all the things that are happening now were going to happen 5 months ago. For me to have jobs within cinematography and photography, now actively loading and rolling it, because I claimed it, and the other reason is because I too had faith within it. It's just amazing to me. I focused on the present. I had faith in the future and within the now. And then with that, the blessings just started rolling in. And I know they're going to continue to roll in. I just have to continue to trust the process of it all and claim what I want and know that no matter what, even if I feel like I'm failing, I'm not failing. It's temporary defeat. You only fail if you stop trying and putting your best foot forward. That's when you quote unquote fail. But you're never failing. You're never a failure. You're only 20. You're not a failure. You're only 21. You're only 22. Only 23. Only 24. No, you can always start over. You can always try a new career path or go on this different venture that you never gone on before. Switch different lanes. Have different friends. Experience different shit. And for those who don't agree with it or that don't align with it, that is okay. You're going to gain and lose a lot of people in this lifetime. So it's like you kind of have to detach from everybody, finding just acceptance within your experience. You have to even detach from the outcome going your way when you want it to go your way. But we got this though. There ain't nothing we can't handle. We'll always be taken care of and looked out for. Like I've started to have a checklist for myself anytime that I get in my head. I'm like, okay, did I eat today? Did I get to sleep today? Do I have all my essential needs? If the answer is yes, okay, I'm good. What's there to worry about? The rest is just add-ons. They're not requirements. What you do doesn't always have to be exceptional or viewed as exceptional to others' perspectives. It's like I saw this video on how social media is designed as perfect for others, at least within what they see. You know, if that's somebody having this car, having this job, having this following, whatever it is. We are presented perfection on social media, and then we feel like we have to embody that. When a lot of that is not reality, it's not real life. A lot of things on social media is masked. It's disguised as security when it's actually fear. I can even say the same for myself. At times where I feel like I presented myself as, oh, everything's good. And no, not everything is good. It's not good all the time. You know, I be in my head at times. Overthinking can overcome me at times. It's like you have to get out of this false reality that everything is just supposed to be perfect and great and grand all the time, and it's not. And that's okay if it's not. But then again, you get to decide how you want to live your life. You get to decide not to focus on anybody else's journey. You get to decide to focus on your own. This is all to say it's just time to get ready and claim what you want. I've already asked you the question, what you want right now. What do you want to experience? And it could be anything. I want you to think about it. And I want you right now to claim it for yourself. And be like, I will achieve this. I will get this job in a few months. I will be making this amount of money in a few months. I will have these different types of friends in a few weeks. And you know, you're just garnering these experiences. You're just claiming these experiences that you want to have. Sooner or later, it's going to happen. And it's time for you to get ready for it. The moment you believe it is possible and that you can achieve this and have this in life, regardless of your current circumstances, the moment you think it is a possibility, it will happen. But I feel like right now, it first starts with thinking you are deserving of it, because I feel like that just lets God know, okay, but you have a clear idea of what you want. It's ways to manifest and attain for yourself. Take everything day by day. Do what you can with what you have. And know above all, God will take care of the rest. Because it will always flow. Every single time. Everything that's for you and that's aligned for you will always and forever flow. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Stay blessed, stay easy, and smile today. All right. Peace.